India-Pakistan borders are on high alert. Operation Sindoor witnessed historic transformation happen to Indian defense. Beyond military precision, the real story lies in the rise of indigenous technologies. From drone warfare to air defense systems, from satellite surveillance to electronic warfare. This operation is more than a retaliation. It is a showcase of India's growing technology and self-reliance. This is not just a military victory, but it's a technological triumph. India is already the third largest military spender in the world after US and China. Whenever things heat up at the border, one sector slowly lights up in the stock market: defense. HAL, Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, BEL, Bharat Electronics Limited, BDL, Bharat Dynamics Limited are not just public sector companies anymore. They are the frontrunners in warfare and wealth creation. But the question of the hour is this yet another short-lived reaction of market to the headline? Or are we witnessing the beginning of a multi-decade transformation of the Indian defense ecosystem? In this video, we will discuss how war affects the market and investor sentiments, why defense spend in India is only going to grow from here, India's ambition to become a global arms exporter, and whether the defense stocks deserve a place in your long-term investment strategy. If you are serious about understanding where the military ambition meets the market opportunity, and if you are a serious investor, this video is for you. Do consider subscribing to our channel for knowledgeable videos in future. Hi, I'm Nirmal and you're watching the knowledge series of Fincash.com. For decades, India was one of the world's largest arms importer. We were dependent on countries like France, Russia, Israel, China, USA for basic equipments like fighter jet to missile systems. However, a paradigm shift is underway. India is transitioning. Under the Atmanirbhar Bharat mission, India has already banned the imports of more than 400 defense items. Indian drone market is projected to reach $11 billion by 2030, accounting for more than 12.2% of the global drone market. Everything from fighter jets to submarines, from tactical radars to AI-driven comms are being made in India. Defense corridors in Tamil Nadu and UP are becoming global manufacturing hubs. We are aiming to become the world's top defense exporter. India's focus on indigenous technology has led to significant developments. Bhargavastra anti-drone system, developed by Solar Defense and Aerospace Limited. Bhargavastra is a low-cost micro-missile system designed to neutralize drone swarms. Successfully test-fired in May 2025, it represents a leap in India's counter-drone capabilities. Akash Defense System. Akash is a short-range surface-to-air missile system that's mobile, fast and deadly. In Operation Sindoor, Akash Defense System validated years of indigenous defense development under live fire conditions. Sudarshan Chakra, India's aerial game changer. In ancient mythology, Lord Vishnu's Sudarshan Chakra was a spinning celestial weapon, unstoppable, precise and devastating. Today, India has revived that name for something equally lethal in the skies. Codenamed for S-400 Triumph, the world's most advanced long-range surface-to-air missile system. It sees everything, no matter how high or low. It strikes without warning, in complete silence. And once released, its target has no second chance. India's Sudarshan Chakra S-400 covers the entire Indian airspace with one unified strike shield. Idea Forge, a leading manufacturer of unmanned aerial vehicles (UAVs), has the largest operational deployment of indigenous UAVs across India. Paras Defense and Space Technologies. In collaboration with Israel's Heaven Drones, Paras Defense have developed India's first locally manufactured hydrogen-powered drones ready for deployment. Sagar Defense Engineering, specializing in unmanned surface and underwater vehicles. Sagar Defense is working with Indian Navy and DRDO to develop underwater launched UAVs, enhancing maritime security. Tonbo Imaging. This startup is at the forefront of advanced electro-optics and imaging systems, providing cutting-edge solutions for surveillance and targeting. Along with other public sector companies, these defense startups like Sen Technologies and Paras are listed in India, which can create a lucrative opportunity for the investors. India is no longer building the weapons for itself, it is building for the world. In the financial year 2025, India's defense export hit an all-time high of 23,622 crores. This is a staggering 500% growth in the last 6 years, and the world is noticing. India will be supplying BrahMos missile worth $375 million to Philippines. Armenia will be procuring missiles, radars and rocket systems. Vietnam, Indonesia and African nations have shown interest in drones and naval gears. This isn't just diplomacy, it is strategy. Key players like HAL, BEL, Paris Defense, Astra Microwave are not just domestic vendors but global defense tech brands. And it's not just hardware. India is now focusing on AI-based warfare systems, next-gen drones and counter-drone technologies, space-based surveillance and satellite capabilities. This is where the margins are higher, IP is king, and innovation is the power. Market fear uncertainty, but defense thrives in it. Whenever tensions flare up between two nations, the immediate response by public is emotional. But smart investors position themselves for gains. Historically, we have seen this play out. In 2016 surgical strike, following the Uri attack, India launched targeted operations across the LOC. BEL stocks surged over 30% in the months that followed. In 2019, Balakot airstrikes. After the Pulwama tragedy, India hit back with airstrikes. HAL stock climbed sharply with investors betting on a stronger push for indigenous defense. In 2020, Galwan clashed with China. Even during the pandemic, when Indian and Chinese troops clashed in Ladakh, defense stocks quietly outperformed the broader market for 2 quarters. These are not isolated events. There is a clear pattern. In financial year 24, India allocated a massive 6.21 lakh crore to defense. That is 13.2% of total government spending. Around 1.62 lakh crore went to capital outlay. That is, the money is spent specifically for new fighter jets, naval warships, missile systems, drones, AI-based warfare and advanced surveillance technology. This capital spending is not about repairing the past. It is about building for the future. Before jumping into the decision of investing in defense stocks, please do remember there are 4 major risks an investor have to keep in mind before the investments. Government dependency. A change in political leadership or a delay in procurement can immediately impact the revenues, as most of the order comes from Ministry of Defense. Headline volatility. A news of a war, strike or border clashes may bring a temporary spike on the stocks. PSU dominance and execution risks. Despite progress, India's defense sector is still PSU heavy. This means delays, cost overruns and slower innovations. Low R&D and private participation. Private players are entering, but it is still early. India needs to fast-track innovation, invest in core R&D, and create faster clearance process. That said, the long-term vision is undeniably strong. So once again, before you invest, look beyond the news cycle. Study order books, Ministry of Defense contracts, and the execution capabilities. Diversify between PSUs and tech innovators. Plan your investments for 5 to 10 year horizons or more. War may spark interest, but it's India's long-term vision that will create wealth. If you believe in India's strength, security and self-reliance, the defense sector might be your next big bet. Jai Hind. Like, subscribe and share if you found this information valuable. Please do not forget to comment your thoughts on Indian defense and its future.